everybody. Yes, this is United Voice of Women once again for you. Brought to you by KANKATALAs. KANKATALAs, they believe in dressing and treating a woman like a queen that she deserves to be. And yes, this is me, Vani, with you, trying to tell you, you need to log on to kankatala.com today because they deliver to your doorstep. So, all right, as you can see, I am so excited to get you started with another new beautiful journey with my new guest today. And if I wanted to give you a hint about who my guest is, I'll give you a little hint, all right? शादी और तुमसे कभी नहीं. एक पान पसंद खा लो and say शादी और तुमसे कभी नहीं. I don't know if that rings a bell at all, but that is my guess. So if you're ready, I just can't wait. Let's go. Welcome back, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in to United Voice of Women. This is Vani with you once again. And yes, when it is officially UVW, you know, it is time for an ode to the women, a celebration of women, empowerment of women, and inspiration by and for women. Only and only on Mana TV, TV5. The studios are in New Jersey, USA. And as you all know, this beautiful, gorgeous platform here at UVW gives us this beautiful, beautiful opportunity to be able to invite women from all walks of life, from every community, every culture, every country even. Because we know that these wonderful women that come here and join us on this platform are so, so, so wonderful that they want to be our friends. They just want to take us through their own journey of their life, talk about things they've done that went right, talk about things that didn't do so well. And we know that this is a common problem we all have. Well, I don't think I want to call it a problem, like, you know, I just like to say, like I always say, that women around us and among us are heroes in their own right, because what they are doing, they are working hard. They're struggling really hard to be able to do what they want to do. And that's not easy. And nobody's cheering them either, but they keep doing it. So somebody needs to celebrate it, and that's what we do here together. So guys, you know that I just can't wait to introduce you all to my guest today. And you know what? I don't know where to start, okay? But I know that when you look at her, you would know that I actually don't need to give you any introduction. This is somebody that I have known for many years and really, really, really admire her for what she does. Well, just to put it in a nutshell, let me say, she is, let's say, the goddess of Kathak dance form, literally, because I don't think there's another person that I know that dances as gracefully, as beautifully like her. And well, the world knows it too, because she's been doing it for a very, very long time. So, okay, I'll just give you a quick clue, okay? Without telling her name, with utmost joy and of course with respect, I want to introduce you to this hazel green-eyed damsel that is sitting with me right here on UVW, Archana Joglekar. Oh my God,
Pleasure.
welcome to UVW, Archana.
Pleasure to meet you. It's so wonderful to see you after so many years,
Yes,
and your
it is.
same energetic, dynamic Vani, and I'm so happy to see you.
Thank
Vani,
you
again.
so much. But do you know something? I was fumbling over
Why?
today
Why?
because I was just thinking about so many things about you that were coming into my mind that I was not really paying attention to what I was saying. And I was thinking, where do I start? What do I tell about you? Not that anybody needs really, you know.
I feel, I mean, I never take it for granted that people know about me. And I prefer to introduce myself, you know, because there
So
are always
wonderful.
so many people,
New people in the world.
exactly,
Yes,
who don't
yes.
know about you,
Yes,
or about your work.
Yes.
So it is always good to, you know, let them
Also
know.
introduce.
Yeah.
Also introduce. And
Exactly.
today I have plans to do more than that, right? Because I know that a lot of people already know what you do as a profession, all right? But then today it's like a lottery here because everybody is going to actually know more about just you as a person. When you said yes to me, I was like seriously overjoyed because somebody like you, Archana, has so much to offer through her experience, right? And I feel that maybe there was never really a platform that talked to people about just their journeys, and everybody's journey is so special. And I always keep saying it's more like a movie, isn't it?
Yes,
Our life
yes.
is a movie.
Absolutely,
Right?
absolutely.
And we are the leading lady.
Absolutely.
And this is a platform where we can actually talk about ourselves.
Yes.
What do you think about it, Archana?
It's, I feel, I wish everybody or every woman treats herself as the leading lady of her life.
So true.
And I keep telling to all my students, especially adult students who are learning, and the basic difference between the adult students and the young one, which I always tell them that the young ones are coming to the class because their mommies and dads enroll them.
Correct.
Whereas an adult student, mostly women, I mean 100% of them women, adult I'm talking. The young one, of course there are boys, but adult students who are coming, they have enrolled because they want to come. That's the basic difference.
So true, so true.
Correct?
And
So
it makes all the difference in the world.
Exactly, exactly. And I said that 24 hours of the day, I said, pura din you're doing either your job, your household, work, looking after the kids, looking after the husband. So kids are one front, husband is another front, job is one front, kitchen, cooking, cleaning, everything. So out of those 24 hours, 1 ghanta apne liye jiyo. Live for yourself for 1 hour. And don't keep that 1 hour at the end of the whole thing. Keep that 1 hour first.
Wow.
That's the most important thing. You know, to say, because typically मैं इतना खत्म करने के बाद ये करूँगी, इतना खत्म करने, वो कभी खत्म नहीं होने वाला.
Always putting yourself last.
Exactly. So don't put yourself at the end of the whole list. Just turn the list upside down. Okay? Say first, इतना मेरा ये हो जाने दो, then my rest whole day is yours. Okay?
That's a beautiful way of putting it.
Isn't it? So
I like it.
keep yourself first. 1 ही तो घंटा, आधा घंटा, 20 minutes, whatever.
Yeah.
Let that come first. Let everything sit aside. कोई वहाँ डूबने वाला नहीं है, कोई मरने वाला नहीं है.
So true.
लेकिन if you don't give that 1 hour or half an hour or 20 minutes to yourself, तुम डूब जाओगे. And then even those beloved who are surrounding you, or those who really genuinely, I'm sure they all care for you and love you, they cannot share your pain, they cannot share your physical agonies, right?
Yes.
And if you are doomed, the whole ship is doomed.
So true.
So give that to yourself.
Because this woman is at the helm of everything, right?
Yeah, exactly. She's the center power,
The foundation, actually.
of the whole,
A platform on which the family grows.
Exactly. So just give that little time to yourself.
So true.
Just change
At
the
least
priority
start
list.
with that.
Change the priority list.
Yes. Wow.
So start from there.
That was a beautiful thing to say. I loved it. Okay, but now let's start talking about just you, Archana. Okay, so I want to start off right from the beginning. So when we do a movie, it should be from the beginning, right? So I want to know right from the beginning, where were you born? How was it growing up? Let's just reminiscence.
I was born in the state of Maharashtra in India, and in a city, Nagpur. So many people probably have this impression that I was born in Mumbai.
True.
Though I'm very much a Bombay product. But for the heck of it, I was born in Nagpur. And then for maybe 4 to 5 years after my birth, I mean, my family immediately shifted to Chandrapur, another smaller town place close to the Nagpur. Because my dad was in the central government service, and then he was shifting from one, department to another department. And he was working for the defense and army at that time. And he was located in Chandrapur at that time. And so we shifted to, literally after my birth, immediately we were shifted to Nagpur. So my nursery and KG happened in Chandrapur. That's where actually Archana Nrityalaya, now the Ivy League Academy, was founded in Chandrapur.
In Chandrapur.
By my mom. Yeah. And that was in 1963 when she founded it.
Wow.
And then we shifted to Mumbai.
Do you have any memories about Chandrapur? What was it like at all?
Oh yeah, many memories.
Really?
I mean, I was a toddler.
Yeah.
And but I was a menace. Even as a toddler, I was quite handful to my mom. Trust me, I was quite handful for my mom.
You don't look it.
I wish she was here to tell you that.
Oh, I know.
And then we had this, through the government in those times, you know, those who were the top-ranking officers, they always used to get kind of a peon or the helping hand. And he used to be available even in the domestic front. So there was this helping hand, because my dad used to be away from the home for Monday through Friday, and he used to come over only for weekends. And my mom was the one who was handling both me and my elder brother.
So all those years ago also, this weekend husbands, huh?
So he used to come over. And then this guy who was kind of a, helping hand, he used to take me and my brother, who was barely 1.5 years older than me, to the school on a bicycle. And I used to be sitting in front of him, and my brother was sitting in behind him. And I was so like a dumb little thing, you know, keeping my legs in front of that,
on the bike handle?
That mudguard of the
mudguard.
this thing. And this guy, he used to drive the bicycle, and in those times, you know, the cycle rickshaws, you know, it was a cycle rickshaw, not an auto rickshaw.
Achha.
You know, so वो cycle चलाते थे और पीछे बैठने वालों को.
Correct.
So he had a couple of friends who were the cycle rickshaw walas, and while, you know, taking us to the school, he used to just chit chat with the cycle rickshaw wala. And the cycle rickshaw wala, who was going parallel with him, he noticed at me, looked at me, and I mean, imagine how dumb I was sitting, that my leg went inside the cycle, inside the wheel of the cycle, and it was getting cut.
And you don't know?
The ankle was getting cut, and I didn't scream, I didn't yell, I didn't say anything. I'm just sitting there, and the blood is going down. And he was like, ah! It was like that.
Are you kidding me?
And it was like a spoon, this much, spoon shape of cut on the ankle. And then he was devastated, and he was scared that my mom obviously would.
But how come you were quiet?
I don't know. That's how I was. And then once I remember we had this enclosed colony. And I mean, after my ankle was wounded, I was, I mean, obviously my mom rushed me to the doctor, and he did bandage and this and that. And then for many days, I wouldn't walk. I would just, you know, drag my butt on the floor and, move from one room
I
to
can
another.
imagine, yeah.
And I don't think it was that bad.
But how old were you? 2, 3?
2 or less than 2.
And you remember all this?
Yeah. And then one uncle who used to come to our home, he was a magician. He used to do all kinds of magics. And I was sitting in the kitchen, and he said, "Where is Archana?" And my mom said, "No, she is wounded, so she doesn't walk." I said, "Why she doesn't walk?" She said, "Yeah, just she just feels that she can't stand on her feet." So जबकि मेरा दूसरा पाँव सही सलामत था. So he said, no, you're going to get up and you can walk here and see. So he just, you know, some candies or something, or he said, I'll make this sound of bird and this and that. And to see that, I just stood on my both the feet. Walked it. So how, as a kid, you know, one can be.
But trust me, what I can't understand is, when you're bleeding, you didn't cry.
No.
When you're nicely bandaged and everything, you're saying you can't stand.
I can walk. So
and then
it
when
was
suddenly
funny.
somebody just mesmerized
Exactly.
you happily
And
are walking.
I'm walking.
So you were something.
Yeah, and then one fine day, my mom, because it was like 3 buildings, and a playground in between, and we had a nice entrance to the society where we were living. And mom used to be assured that all the kids are playing down, and one fine day in the evening when she was like, we were on the first floor and she wanted to just call us back home, and she just didn't find me. And she said, where is she? And I just walked out of that premise, and with couple of little girls with me, and we just went on walking, God knows, up to marketplace, wherever. And then we were hungry, so we just pointed at some, पहले ज़माने में वो glass की बर्नीज में टॉफीज रखते थे दुकान वाले. So we just pointed at, so probably we were adorable cuties, probably, that we pointed at those candies
and he gave it to you.
He opened and gave, and by then there was havoc in the house and all the guys were searching, and finally they came up to that dukan wala.
This is a story about a toddler?
Yes.
Archana,
got hold
are we
of
going to be able to take care of your life in 1 hour? I don't think so.
So there were many interesting incidences.
But don't you find it strange that you would remember anything like that? I have no clue what it was when I was
I remember these
1 year old
things
or 2 year
vividly.
old.
I wasn't 1 year. I was definitely more.
2?
And then maybe 2.5, and
How
then
big is 2.5 from 1?
Yeah, and I was like, because I had early education, my mom was probably too overly enthused, or maybe she also noticed that I was too quick in learning. My elder brother was comparatively slower in learning, and if he needed to repeat the lines 20 times to mug up and remember it, I would hear it once and I would remember it. So next level ka whatever he was studying, I was already done with that. And so my mom realized it, and she did a lot of homeschooling, and so I was done with my next level already. So when we shifted to Mumbai, I was 6-year-old, and I was in 3rd grade. So when she took me to the primary school, the school principal refused to give me admission in the 3rd grade. She said, what nonsense. I mean, how a 6-year-old can be sitting in the 3rd grade?
Correct.
And it was in the mid of the year, because typically in India, June, the regular schools begin. And we shifted to Mumbai sometime in September. So the first quarter was...
even this. Oh my
yes,
God.
the first quarter was gone. And I still remember the little me standing in front of the school principal, the lower school principal, and she said, she is not going to be in 3rd grade. She's only 6-year-old. And because the geography also changed, because Chandrapur, it was the geography of Vidarbha, whereas in Mumbai, it was the geography of Mumbai. So we had completely different subjects. And she said, she is not dealing with the 3rd grade. And my mom said, but don't you think that would be unfair when she has already passed 2nd grade to put her back in 2nd grade?
Correct.
That is just not fair to the child. And she said, why don't you let her attain 3rd grade, and if she fails, she will sit in the 3rd grade. But if she passes, then it means she is capable of moving. So I stood 9th something in the class. So they had no option but to move me in the 4th grade.
So you were so good in academics.
I was good in studies. I was good in studies.
Wow. I don't know who knows about this.
I guess maybe
not just your family and friends. I'm talking about the world. Hello.
Yeah.
Right? They wouldn't know.
So I was good. I mean, basically
gifted child. Then you are
good at remembering. I mean, I had fantastic memory.
It's not just that. I think it's gifted.
Grab
because
it
at
right
the
away.
age of 2 and all that, if you are able to.
Yeah,
I
recall
do what your
these.
brother is already doing, etc.
I was good at grasping. You can say that.
Oh my God, that's so amazing! All right, let's now move. So your schooling, what did you do in Mumbai?
Yeah,
of
so
course?
my Mumbai, of course, my 10th grade I passed 10th, 12th, and then I did my commerce graduation in Mumbai from Chennai
Who decided
College.
that? You decided that's what you wanted to do?
I wanted to go to science. I wanted to become a doctor, but by then Kathak was big time already in my life, because
So when did you start that? You should tell about that too.
Right in Chandrapur, when my mom was teaching, I used to dance with all the girls, but my mom was not really like putting me into the serious formal training zone. But I do remember performing on the stage of our annual show, somewhere in the last row, sitting and doing some puja dance or something with the group.
Already doing.
Yeah.
Huh.
But it was still a fun time for me.
Tell me quickly about your mom, though, Archana. So
Yeah.
she also learned dance from when she was a kid and all that.
Yeah, little
She's a
bit
very,
as a
very
kid.
renowned lady, right?
She's no more though.
I know. Sorry
But
about that.
she, of course, before marriage also she had learned, and then there was a break in between when we were in Nagpur and Chandrapur area, and but she had started teaching already over there with her all the previous training that she has. But she always wanted to, pursue it further, take it to the higher levels.
So she was totally a dancer at heart.
Very passionate, and very sincere. She was a perfectionist, to the microscopic
You
level.
always say that, yes.
Yeah, and it has gone deep down in my bloodline too.
It can't miss.
And but she started teaching me very formally when we came to Mumbai at the age of 6 when we came. And after
No,
coming
but you
to
said that she started that school in Chandrapur itself.
correct, because she had formal training in Kathak.
Yeah, so but not everybody thinks about starting a school of her own, right? Was this like a school of her own?
Yeah. Archana Nrityalaya was founded in
So
Chandrapur.
that is
Yes, but that was on a small scale. It was on
but
a
I'm
small
saying
scale.
that right at that time
Yes.
she decided that.
Not only that, we had our annual shows. I mean, the only theatre which was there was actually a movie theatre. And obviously they had a stage also.
Yes.
So that's where she had conducted her annual shows also. So it was not just that. I mean,
Since
she
then,
had put together the annual shows and everything of the students.
she just came up with it all
Yeah.
those
So
years
she
ago.
had that
Vision.
genius in her.
Vision.
Absolutely.
Wow.
And then after coming to Mumbai, she started learning from Nataraj Gopikrishna. She always wanted to learn from him, and so he lived and his classes were in Khar, and we lived in Andheri. And twice a week she used to go to learn from him.
With kids and all that.
Yeah,
and
by
in
then
India it's not really easy.
My young brother was also born, and he was like a few months old when we came to Mumbai. So he was few months old.
and
So
she's doing all this.
yeah, and she was doing all this, and two of us and this young guy, and she pursued it, and
And her own school?
and everything. I mean, of course, she resumed again. Obviously, with Chandrapur, all the students were left
So
behind.
she has to again bring new
She
students.
restarted again in Mumbai, and she never had to turn back. Because even Gopiji used to praise her. She was his best student. Very passionate, very intelligent, very focused and dedicated. And he always used to introduce my mom to all the heroines. At that time, I remember Sanjeev Kumar, Asha Parekh, and all these people, used to come to Gopiji's class, because he was a big time dance director at that time.
Oh.
And he would introduce my mom to all of them कि ये देखो मेरी शागिर्द आशा, देखो कितनी सुंदर है, लगता है 3 बच्चों की माँ है, That's how he would
He used to
introduce.
introduce her? Wow.
Yeah, so it was very interesting.
Growing up like that,
Yes,
huh?
and I used to go with my mom as a little baby. So Gopiji had been seeing me since I was 6-year-old. And I still remember when I started working in films, I still remember that movie Atank, which I did. That was opposite Rajnikant.
Rajinikanth, yes.
I was paired with him, and our director, because I had a
Total
beautiful
black
son.
and white, huh?
Yeah. That was a true challenge to the cameraman,
I can imagine.
And he was such a senior cameraman. Ashok Gunjal was a very senior cameraman. And I still remember Dada, I used to call him Ashok Dada. And Dada used to do all the lighting. And for me, I was like a complete Tinopal. And Rajni ji standing next to me. And I mean, but at the same time, I must tell you this, that he being such a huge superstar, but of course working in the Hindi films, I never even felt that I was working with a big superstar or anything. He would be so quiet and just to himself, so comfortable to work with.
Wow.
So comfortable to work with.
That's how greatness comes. Huh?
Yeah, absolutely. And then Dada would look at all the lighting, and kyunki for Rajni ji, he would need lots of bright lights.
I'm sure.
And if you throw so many bright lights on me, mere naak bhi kuch dikhega hi nahi, ek white curtain dikhega,
I hope our cameraman is taking care of me and you right now.
And then Dada
Yes, I definitely hope he's taking care of this black and white barrier.
And
Wow, that's so interesting.
yeah, he would ask his lightman, "Arey, udhar cutter pakad," you know. So he would just cut off that light, you know,
Because
from me.
you can't have it on you.
I didn't need it. For मेरे लिए
Exactly.
candlelight is also good enough,
Oh
you know,
my
to be
God, I
seen.
know, because
जितना कम light,
illuminated.
it's better for me. So it was fun. I mean, even as a director, when I started directing the serials, I still remember my Hindi serial which I directed was Samraj.
Samraj. Yes.
And
was
I
there
had
another one?
Avghachi Samsar was a Marathi serial which I directed.
Yes. I don't know why I remember that
Yeah.
girl.
Actually, I started shooting for Avghachi Samsar first.
Uh-huh.
I was not the producer of Avghachi Samsar, but I was the writer-director of Avghachi Samsar. And these were all short stories that was in Marathi. And even in that serial, Mohan Joshi, Savita Prabhune, Vikram Gokhale, all these fine,
good
Prashant
actors,
Damle,
right?
all these people have worked under my
Yes,
direction.
Yes, yes.
But I did shoot the pilot and first 4 episodes for Avghachi Samsar. And then I was writing Samraj. And Samraj I had written like 75 episodes.
Wait. You know what? We can't jump like that. we have to go properly here, right? I can't miss all the lovely bits and pieces in between. So wait, so dance, I think, just came naturally. It was not
so
a
you can say
planned thing.
I'm dancing since I'm walking.
Yeah. So it just
Literally.
came to you,
Yeah.
literally, as how you learn to walk, you learn
Yeah.
to dance.
Yes.
Right. So nothing new over
Yeah,
there. It was just happening with you.
Yeah, but looking back, I mean, even my mom, after she started teaching so many students, see what happens, you know, sometimes apna bachcha we take it for granted, you know. But when she now, she taught for 50 years, half a century. And she taught hundreds and thousands of students. And when after seeing so many students, even I used to think that whatever I'm doing, this is normal, this is how everybody does. But then after growing up and even after I started teaching, I realized I was a damn good student. I was exceptionally good student.
I'm sure.
And because I recall my mom never had to reteach me anything taught once. Never, ever. I mean,
gifted.
she used to literally call me her cassette because उस ज़माने में तो tape recorder just आए थे, TV तो
Exactly.
बाद
दूर
में
की बात,
आया.
नहीं,
Yeah.
बाद, हाँ.
So when we were learning, I mean, abhi now I really get mad at parents, you know, when they immediately want to record it. It means you are not even letting gray cells of your child to develop.
Correct.
You know, you are not even banking on that memory, that child's natural memory and those chips which God has given in his head. You are not letting that even develop.
Wow,
You know,
a beautiful point,
because you are
Archana.
not even letting that memory absorb anything, but you are keeping everything. I mean, phone पे video record करना, बच्चे को क्या आया, phone को आया.
Exactly.
You know, so this they don't realize. I mean, what I remember now today, it's not noted anywhere, it's not recorded anywhere, it's not codified anywhere, it's not in my laptop, it's nowhere.
Exactly.
It's here.
It's all here.
And the dance is in the body memory.
Correct.
You know, if that's what we need to, you know, acknowledge and understand and see. The modern technology, it is helpful, but now it is, you know, damaging the human development,
Very true.
especially a child development.
And I think parents are doing it on their own.
They are.
They are
They are the one
responsible
who are
for
most
it,
responsible for
it. Oh my
creating
God,
these
that's a
damages.
Beautiful point.
Yes.
I have been trying to talk about it sometimes,
Yes.
Archana, because I
Yes.
feel, you know, there's too much of stress parents are
Yeah.
taking for their kids.
Yeah.
Why can't it just be fun for them to just
I
learn,
mean,
take
see
their own
what
time?
happens. PSPs and iPads are doing the babysitting now.
Exactly.
Because नहीं अभी चलो बच्चा चुप हो गया.
Exactly.
He is going to, you know, stay busy with the PSP or iPad games for next 2 hours. But if
Toddler,
you take
little babies.
out 20 minutes of your life and spend those 20 minutes with your baby, it is you connecting with your baby. And that's the first time baby will look at you and baby will see you and understand that that's my parent, that's my mommy or that's my dad, more than that Ben 10 that he's seeing many number of hours than his own father and mother.
Yes, very true, Archana. You know, more than that, like just now what you pointed out about the kids, right? First of all, forcing them.
Yeah.
You know, everybody cannot be
No,
a
no,
dancer. Everybody doesn't
they are
have
trying
be
to make their life easy by giving them PSPs and iPads.
Yeah, that is very true. No, there's no doubt about that.
It is not for the comfort of the child.
No,
it is for their own comfort.
Correct,
they are giving the
correct,
PSPs
correct.
and
No,
iPads.
that's so true, because the baby is otherwise howling and crying. You know, we go to restaurants, I see, moms just put something in front of them, they save that battery because so that they'll be left alone while the babies are busy
So
watching
that way
something.
baby
and
is,
when they grow up again, you're going to tell them don't be on phones.
And then that way baby is never going to live in the real world.
So true,
They
so
throw
true,
baby in
so
the pseudo
true,
world.
So true.
So baby
true,
doesn't
so
look
true,
around,
Archana.
doesn't register anything live.
It's totally changed. It's totally changed, Archana. I was talking the other day also, my nephew. Now just one thing is not enough.
Yeah.
Okay, iPad is there, phone is there, laptop is there, headphones are there, listening to some other music.
What about the real world which
TV
is around
is on.
you?
No, nothing, right?
वही
With
तो मैं
these
बोल रही
many
हूँ.
things.
See, the knowledge that I hold today, which is encompassed in my entire system, my persona in the head, it's not everything that I learnt in the book.
So true.
There is so much of knowledge that I have absorbed through observations and through the life itself, because I was living in the real world around me.
I would say, Archana,
Yes.
all of us. Like
Yes.
I remember, I don't know, some bits of Kathak and some bits of Bharatnatyam. Though I did not learn it for too long, I learned it for small periods of time because I was a bad girl.
You noted from here and you heard it here.
It's there, Now I can do that, ta, tha, thun, thun, digida, digithai. See, I remember that only because suna.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
Dekha, kiya.
Exactly.
And though I have a very bad memory, I can't remember nothing. But there are some things that just stay
and
with
see,
you.
I say even this to many parents that abhi, especially when we are young, our floppy is empty. There is no crap in there,
So true. This is the time
So
to
fill in that with the right data.
Yes.
And that data is not going to be all the PSP and iPad games. It needs to be the real world.
Archana, thank you so much.
Fill it up with the real world
data. This is a topic
data.
that I've been so badly wanting to talk, Archana, because I feel that we'll help each other.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
When we only talk about it. Because
Yes.
most of the times we are just in the moment and we have to get this done. Everybody has so many challenges.
Yes.
Not everybody is able to.
Actually, we make it a challenge. Jabki we could have handled it,
So true. But what I'm saying
क्योंकि सी बच्चों के साथ का जो डायरेक्ट कनेक्शन है वो कनेक्शन के साथ जो एक अंडरस्टैंडिंग आती है देन स्लोली इफ यू क्रिएट दैट कनेक्शन मे बी यू डोंट हैव टू इवन टेल देम दे विल अंडरस्टैंड इट विदाउट इवन टेलिंग
just like how we have grown up.
Exactly. A parent who is 30 plus is asking someone who is 4 or 5, so what do you want to do? Do you like this? Who is the parent?
Wow.
I asked that question. I mean, can't you decide that for that little baby, that what is right and good for her, and expecting her to take the decision of that little baby for her life and expecting her to have her own opinion? First, let her have the knowledge to form that opinion.
So true, so true.
I mean, yes, we want to give importance to what children feel.
Correct.
But there is difference between their emotional feelings and the decisions what they need to do in their life.
I think, Archana, everybody as parents in this modern world, I think for some reason there is some kind of big disconnect. That is all it is. Actually, like the way you're putting it. See, yes, they are also doing, we can even say we, because everybody is involved in this whole picture, right? Though, because I'm not a mom, I don't have kids. So somehow I've observed a lot. So I feel I know so much more than the moms, because I'm observing as a third party, right? So I'm able to see how this child,
you can have a rational approach to it.
And so many perspectives that I'm getting by how a mom is dealing with that child and how this child is responding to it versus the other child, etc. And it has, like, I've seen all my friends, have their babies around me growing up and all that. So I've had so much of experience in terms of, though I have not really been a mother, and I feel maybe it was a blessing because I actually understand it so much better. I feel, and I always have this thing within me that I wish I could tell somebody, but they are so deep in their own thing, Archana, they don't have time. And and also I'm not a mother really, so nobody would I don't think I can really.
They may not think that
I would be able to know what.
Seriously.
Yes, yes.
They
but
may
you
not
know,
take
when
you
you were talking
seriously.
about it,
Yeah.
I feel really, really good about it
Yeah.
because I feel somebody needs to just talk.
Yes.
Sometimes we get lost in our busy,
Yes.
busy world.
Yes.
Okay, and if
Yes.
somebody points it out, it will hit.
Yes.
It will hit. You know, your head. And like you said, when they're so young, they're
Yeah.
asking them, बेटा ये खाओगे या वो खाओगे? But then again,
No, even खाने के मामले में भी थोड़ा बहुत समझ सकते हैं कि everybody has different taste buds. But so far as the activities are concerned, or what is right for the child or what is wrong for the child, to expect the child to decide that what is good and bad or right or wrong for the child.
I don't feel that is right either.
Yeah.
And another thing I observe is, Archana, that these parents sometimes are thinking that let me take them to all the classes and let them figure it
Yeah.
out. And I
Yeah.
think that is also not important.
No,
right?
even right. I mean, एक मराठी में बहुत अच्छी कहावत है कि बाळाचे पाय पाळण्यात दिसतात.
अच्छा, what is
मतलब छोटे बच्चे के पैर जो है वो उसके क्रैडल में ही पता चलते हैं कि उसके पैर कहाँ जा रहे हैं. So really, as a mommy, when your baby is small itself, I mean, that is if you have the connection with the baby. If you're putting the baby in the daycare center and if whole day you are out and coming back and only baby is there at night while sleeping, or you're only changing diapers, baby का awake जो time है वो टाइम कितना उसके साथ बिताते हो? I think they need to ask this question to the baby because they themselves don't have the connection with the baby. The baby is in the daycare center. If an infant is in a daycare center,
Oh my God.
you understand? That's where the problem seed is sown right there.
Correct. But all these things have another,
Excuse
background to it. The root is somewhere else, right?
No,
There are
if
so
mommy had
many
seen her
things.
baby grow,
Yeah,
actually,
yeah.
then mommy would know that where my baby is naturally inclined towards.
So true.
I mean, so far as the art forms are concerned, yes, I would say, yeah, introduce the child to maybe drawing, singing, dancing, or music, or different, out of whichever, I mean, initially you may introduce the child to different activities, but eventually you have to withdraw and zero down on a particular activity towards which that child is really good at.
So true.
Keeping the child busy for 7 days, 7 activities, you're achieving nothing. Because
so true.
out
Just being
of-
very ambitious.
No, that is not being ambitious. That's downright stupid. Sorry for my word. But whatever that child is learning, उसकी practice के लिए भी तो कुछ time चाहिए ना.
So true.
I mean, that is if that kind of activity, if that demands that kind of.
Yes. And maybe, one activity is more than enough for a kid, right?
No, see, if one physical activity, one art activity, and then whatever that child is inclined towards. I mean, okay, let me talk about myself as a mommy.
Yes, yes.
I introduced my son to classical vocal. I introduced him to dance. He did learn dance, right up to diploma and beyond.
He did that?
Oh yeah, he has performed on the stage also.
Wow.
Some of the most complicated rhythmic designs.
So again, he
along
has it
with-
in his genes.
Yeah. And I introduced him to tabla. Now, when he was 1.5-year-old, that typical those mechanos and block building, that he would make a big tower, when he was barely 18 months or barely up to 2. And then I could see that he was getting bored. I mean, so as a mom, you have to observe your child. So by the age 2, I could see my child getting bored with those mechanos building and all that, or even introducing him to mathematics. I was obviously, mommy is always the first school for all the children.
Correct.
So I did introduce him to that. How would I introduce him to the 10 numbers? So I had taken 10 katoris, 10 bowls, okay, and cashews, raisins. So 1 cashew in 1 katori, 2 cashews in 2 katori, 3 cashews in 3 katori. So physically counting the object, 1,
Yes.
and then 1 and 2.
Correct.
Okay, और इसमें का 1 इधर गया तो 1, 2 and 3.
So you did all that.
So that's how math was introduced to him.
Wow.
And
You
then
took the time.
Oh yeah, I mean, thankfully, because even my classes were on a smaller scale, it just grew
But
perfectly.
at that time, that was how you wanted it to be.
Absolutely.
I remember you wanted it that
Yes,
way.
yes.
You didn't want to go
No.
all out at that time. I remember.
No, he was
You were, like,
never
totally
kept at
slowing down.
any daycare center, nothing. I was there 24/7 around him.
I know. And
And-
your career helped too, I think. you know,
Yeah,
because you decided you'll put it aside and then again.
Yeah,
really
everything
get
was.
back
I mean,
to
it was a very conscious decision
Yes.
to be a homemaker, to be a mommy.
Yes, that's how we didn't meet for so long too.
Yes.
Because you know, because you were otherwise earlier you were doing a lot of shows and I was hosting them on the stage, etc.
Yes.
But I think even all that tapered down
Yes,
for you too.
because I feel
you had to give that time to him.
I mean, I always say that our children are there like your satellite. You know,
Wow.
and at the same time, I also feel that it is something so precious, motherhood, that you should understand how precious it is. You know, and दुनिया में वो एक छोटा नन्हा सा बच्चा, that नन्ही सी जान, you know, which is very much formed out of your body, it is completely depending on you. Completely. Are husband be is not dependent on you, he can take care of himself.
Yes.
You know, but if you neglect that baby, his whole world is going to go topsy-turvy.
So true.
You know, so अभी उसको नहीं दोगे, टाइम तो कब दोगे? And then बड़े होने के बाद कहना कि बच्चे हमें पूछते नहीं, आपने कब पूछा जब वो छोटा था?
But again, you know, if we go back on this, Archana, this is like a very catch-22 kind of a situation, right? I mean, everybody who came abroad and all that, they all started thinking that, you know, job is very important, you know, that financial support is very important. And I see that even grandparents, you know,
but
I
then
mean, grandparents,
you end up paying the amount for the
price
daycare,
later, I know.
babysitters.
Very true.
If you do it at home, think that you did a job and you earn that money.
You're actually
At the
right.
same time, you're getting so much mileage of taking care of your child.
Yes.
You know,
yes.
grooming your child, taking care of your child.
I feel, Archana, just observance. I feel that everybody, you know, it's like what shall I say? It's just a kind of a wave, all right, that everybody thinks that, you know, careers are very important. Mother and father should go. Their parents will come and take care of the kids, or, you know, they just give birth to the kid and the kid is taken away by grandparents back to India and they nurture them, bring them back. It sort of became a wave.
Wow,
because
okay.
what I watched around me is that, you know, like again, I'm saying only what I watched, right? And I saw that everybody was doing that.
Okay. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Then I was probably the odd person out.
But you know what? I'm just telling you, even this thing that you told me just now about they're paying more for the babysitter, right?
Yeah.
My own colleague, I remember, you know, a few years ago, when she had a baby and she was working, her salary was actually less than what they were paying.
There you go.
But it was very important for her to be able to do that. Or just thinking that it is most normal. Actually, it was even believed that it is most normal that, you know, we have to build our careers. All right, the kids can be taken care of by the grandparents or, you know, babysitters, and that is the norm. So yeah, this is like a very, very, very close subject to me that you caught up with, but you know, I can't let this interest of mine leave you with, you know, so many gaps in between in your journey, which I so badly want to talk. But Archana, this is like so important, I feel. You know, just like everything else.
I mean,
you know?
let me share what I did as a mommy. As I was saying that when by the age of 2 I saw my son, you know, kind of getting bored with the mechanos, I introduced him to the Rubik's Cube.
Okay.
At the age of 2.
My God.
And within few months he had solved 5 colors out of it. And he was, this is what started. So then slowly I introduced him to chess. And at the age of 5, he was playing chess. And then he was after me that when he found out that in his school they have a chess club, after school program, and there was some chess teacher who would come and you know, teach them for an hour or couple of hours, chess club. And he was like, "Mommy, I want to go to the chess club," and all that. And obviously, I mean, in my home, my side as well as his dad's side, or my mom, my brothers, we all used to play chess, and we were fairly
it's
good.
A family game.
Yeah. We always, I mean, playing cards and playing chess was part of family time.
Yeah.
And we all were fairly good players.
In my house, it was happening, but I never learned a thing, Archana. My dad was always playing bridge and chess all the time. Somehow, you know, just didn't catch anything whatsoever.
We would play chess. I mean, we all could play the chess.
Awesome.
But then he being so young, only 5, exactly 5-year-old. So if he would lose his queen, then he was, so we used to take it easy, you know, not to kill his queen and all that.
Aww.
And he has played with my mom, with my brother, everybody. And then when I took him to the school, I mean, at that time he was a KG student, and he had been in that school since age 3 group. So age 3 group, then pre-K, and then KG. So that was his 3rd year in the school. And when I enrolled him for the chess club, their chess teacher, she was a Brazilian champion. And she was the one who was conducting those chess clubs. And she said that, does he know the names of the different pawns? And I said, no, he plays chess. You know, so she thought, like, when a 5-year-old is getting in, you know, enrolled in the chess club, so she will have to
questions.
first. So I said, no, he plays chess. So she wasn't convinced. So she said, does he know how each pawn moves? Like a pawn moves this way, camel goes this way, that is bishop. And in English language they call it bishop goes this way, bishop, or the elephant goes this way, you know. And I said, yeah, he knows every, you know, all the moves. And so when I kept on saying he plays chess, so finally she says, does he know the concept of checkmate? I said, yeah, he knows the concept of checkmate.
Okay.
You know, he knows the game. So she said, okay. And that was like a lower school only. It was a private school, and up to the 4th grade. And that school used to regularly enter into the rated tournaments. So their players used to go in the inter-school tournaments and all that. And in that club, the best player of the school, who was a 4th grader, 4th grader, or he was a 2nd or 3rd grader at that time, but he was the best player of the school, who was sitting right there.
Wow.
So when I kept saying that, no, he knows the game, he knows the game. So she said, okay. So then she made him sit with him, you know. So let's see how this boy moves now.
Okay.
And my son made him a checkmate. She was like, who is in my club?
Wow.
So right, his first game, he was a checkmate. And in no time, he became the best player of the school. And then moving forward, when he was a 1st grader, that's what I mean by, as a parent, what you can do for your child, you know.
Forget about that. What I'm thinking about right now is how many people have missed all this. How many beautiful women are there. The way with such passion, you're literally in the school right now, going back to every move that he made. This is most precious.
It is.
Right?
I mean, like
Nothing
for example,
can
see,
match.
we send our children by school bus to the school. To date, my son has never stepped in a school bus. From the day he has gone to any school and every school, I mean, up to the 2nd grade, he was in that school, and after that, he has been attending another private school, Rutgers Prep. Every single day, I have driven him to the school. He's 11th grader now, he's a junior, but he has never stepped in a school bus.
You know what? And also people should know, Archana, that it's not as if you were having the luxury at that time, because you're in your prime time of what you were doing.
Yes.
And to be able to put that aside, usually in this field, it's not easy to
I was at the peak of my career.
Right? I mean, you know, catching up with the gap is never the right thing to do for an artist. Right?
Yeah, but
when
I don't.
why I'm saying
I
this,
feel so satisfied.
No, why I'm
I don't
saying
have.
this,
Oh, I miss this. I would have said I miss this if I wouldn't have been there for my child.
So true. No. You know why I'm saying this, Archana? Because I don't want anybody to think there that you could afford it. It's not as if you could afford it either. That break. You couldn't, because I knew you at that time. Okay. So I knew what you were doing.
Trust me, I left a movie which I had narrated my script to Rani Mukherjee, and I could have started the launch as a director.
And you did.
I did not.
You actually put so many things.
Everything aside.
You know, you just completely kept it all aside. And I remember in 2001 or something, I mean, you were bringing Pandit Hari Prasad Chaurasia ji and all that at that time.
We did dual concerts.
Performing such awesome concerts. Us time pe there were none.
Yes.
I would think.
Yes.
Now things have developed, right?
Yes.
So many things have started, but not at that time. And such big geniuses were not coming over.
Yes. Because in India, I was always performing with them. I was in the same league with them.
You were creating something for, you were creating that India here in the US.
I wanted
you
that
were building
quality
it.
to be here.
You were building it. And then you just cut it
Yeah.
all. You know why?
Yeah.
That's what
Yeah.
I want to let
Yeah.
everybody know, so that your
I didn't cut
experiences
it all, but I kept it limited.
Limited.
I kept it limited to my dance academy and grooming my students, but at the same time balancing my time as a mom with my
I
son.
think big time, because you were
Yeah.
very quiet, Archana.
Yeah,
You were
yeah.
not
I
like
was
heard.
quiet for very long.
You were not heard,
For
right?
very
And
long.
you were making actually big news.
Yes, yes.
When
yes.
I met you,
Yes.
although you were like
Yes.
everywhere,
Yes,
you know,
yes.
you're performing so many things, you're bringing
Yes.
so many big artists here,
Yes, yes.
live. Who was doing at that time with
Yes.
all live orchestra and you
Yes,
performing?
yes.
Archana, nobody ever did that.
Yeah.
At that time,
Yeah.
so I remember that you paid
Yeah.
a huge price for this.
Yes.
But this is
Yes.
beautiful and
Yes.
precious, and maybe
Yes.
you know, this conversation that we're having today can actually help a lot of people.
Yes.
All right, some
Yes.
people miss the boat. I know, because
Yeah.
but it's life, you know.
Yes.
Things just happen.
Yeah.
But if we talk to each other
Yes.
about these things, you know,
Yes.
new mommies, would
yes.
be mommies.
Oh yes.
All right.
I do
mean,
keep telling all my students, moms,
Yeah.
that your travel time is the most precious time, because that is the time when you have uninterrupted attention of your child to you. You know,
have a good
that
time with
little
them.
cubic area of the car, you know, all the sounds off.
Correct. It's
You know,
only
it's
and
only
the
you and your child.
child.
And that's why I feel that I have taught so many things to my son in the travel time all these years. I mean, all the tables of math were done in the travel time, so he already knew math tables by then. So many English poems, so many Marathi poems, so many Ganpati ki aarti, Sukha karta, Dukha
You
karta.
actually taught all
I
that?
taught him so many things, so many Sanskrit verses, so many artis, maths, English, Kathak ke compositions. I mean, now, I mean, he's clearly showing the bloodline, has brilliant control over the lay tal, plays with any tal like this, plays tabla very well. So even as a tabla player, when he's accompanying my students, whatever new compositions I've created for my students, my time to interact with him is in the car. And I'm like, Dhruv, come on, pick it up. This is the, and he is the gone. And one of my biggest joy was like, you know, we जिसको हम लोग संस्कार कहते हैं कि एक because these are the foundations, you know, once they let down, that's going to build his entire personality. You're not going to be there with your child all throughout the life of your child.
They even wouldn't want to be.
Yeah.
Even if we want to be at that time once
Exactly.
they're grown up.
But you can inculcate the ability to find or understand what is right and wrong. You know, to judge the people in the correct way, to have the right people around you. And that is what matters. And that building of the personality and the character
Happens
and
only
the
when they're
solid
young.
foundation. Oh yes.
Yes.
And that was
and you
done.
are an extremely proud mom, and I can see that.
Because I
you
can see
are
that.
like, yes.
I can see that. I can see
Yes,
that. I can see a very balanced headed, very matured, emotionally very stable boy who can hold a conversation even with all the PhDs surrounded around him who are 40 plus and 60 plus people, and he can be very comfortable interacting with them at the age of 15 and 16.
Wow.
So which is good.
Very, very good.
Yeah.
Very, very, very good.
So-
and you know, it paid off, you know, what you wanted.
Yeah. And
Right?
I mean,
but more than anything else, what I feel is, Archana, these precious memories that you have collected for yourself and you have given him,
yes, yes.
right?
Yes.
For his entire life.
Oh, yes.
You know, I
Oh, yes.
think he does not need more love. I always think about it that way.
He's very secured. He's
You know,
very
yeah,
secured.
Because I
Emotionally
think
very secured child.
the way I grew up also, that's what I feel. You know, so
Yeah.
loved, so loved,
Yeah.
so loved.
It's,
all right?
it's unconditionally. You know,
Yeah.
he knows that. I mean, I remember once he made a statement, actually very recently, that he said, even if I fall from the sky, I know my mom and dad are there to catch me.
Aww.
What confidence. I felt very
I
nice.
know. Very nice.
That
and
he
I
has
think, you
that
know,
kind of
I can
confidence.
totally understand that.
Yeah.
I just feel that whatever I do, it's okay.
Yeah.
My mom
Yeah.
and dad have my back.
Yeah.
All right?
He's
I
covered.
can be wrong.
Yeah.
I can be
He's-
wrong,
yeah.
but they'll be there.
They're there to guide
They
you.
are
to tell
always
you.
there to support me, first of
Absolutely.
all. You know, that
Absolutely.
kind of strong connection, that
Yeah.
total faith. You know,
Yes.
there are sometimes
Yes.
some things now as a grown-up woman, and I talk to my mom,
Yeah.
all right, and I sometimes feel, maybe am I going to scare her off by what I'm saying?
Right.
She's far from scared, right? She
Yeah.
says that I have total faith in you,
Yeah, yeah.
and I'm going to believe in you. So how does it matter? You just
Yeah.
go ahead and do it.
Yeah, yeah. if you believe in it, and
you know, so that is the connection that you're talking
that
about.
at some point you have to trust your child's ability to know what is right and what's wrong, because there are areas which now I don't know and he knows, obviously. I mean, he had studied here in this country, whereas I have studied in India. So obviously his exposure to the American culture,
Correct.
the geography and everything, his exposure is more,
Definitely.
And
This is his world.
Exactly. So there are territories which I would rather look at him and ask him that how would this go and how would that go. There are territories which is I'm in command. There are territories which he is in command. Simple.
All I'm seeing right now is, Archana,
Yeah.
your passion. All right. As deep as it is for your dance, I see your passion is like so deep. I mean, you take motherhood as a huge.
No, I think I take
thing.
everything,
It's so
everything
beautiful.
seriously.
Yes.
I mean, I don't
No, you
do
give it your
anything
all.
half-hearted.
You
Yeah.
give it your all,
Yes.
right, to
Yes.
whatever you do. But you
Yeah.
know what? It's very refreshing.
Yeah.
Very refreshing
Really?
to see somebody, celebrating motherhood.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, as a person
Yeah.
that is not a mom, I have seen it all around me, and maybe other people will not realize it. Because they're so busy with their own lives,
Yeah.
including my sister, my friends, my colleagues, everybody around me.
Yeah.
I don't even know if they will know about it, but I know.
Yeah.
I know it, and I can see the value
Yeah.
of what you're trying to talk
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah.
And if, this wonderful people that are watching us right now, this could be like really so, what shall I say? Somebody has to make a first attempt to talk about
It's a
it.
realization, for them even to think that,
What can
think
be done?
in that direction.
What can be done? Yeah, have to. I think have to.
Yeah.
Somehow, somewhere, everybody got disconnected with this motherhood thing. It just became more of a responsibility.
Yeah.
No blames put, because
Means,
somehow the life looked like that.
What are you doing exactly? Making a tick mark that I got married, tick mark, I produced children, tick mark, puck.
Don't you think
What is
that's
it?
exactly how our culture actually teaches mostly? I think so. Also,
No, do it
Archana.
because you want to do it.
Actually, somehow that is not been how it was happening. Now things are different, and
I mean,
now so
no,
much
let
to
me tell
talk
you one.
about.
I mean, listening to my thoughts about motherhood, people may think that I'm being very conservative. But in my early 30s, I mean, that's when I mean,
You
I
had
got,
him.
in my mid 30s, I had my baby, and when I had not even my early 30s, when I was trying to make up my mind, do I want to get married?
Wow.
Okay, and at the peak of my career, everybody was thinking that I'm so focused and right there. I mean, I was ruling the classical world, practically performing across the country, internationally. Being the cultural ambassador of the country, and performing before the presidents and prime ministers, producing and directing serials and all that. I mean, on both the sides of the world, be it in front of the camera or behind the camera.
In front of camera, how popular with little things. What
Absolutely.
was that? शादी और तुमसे
5%.
कभी नहीं.
It was a big hit.
Can anybody forget that? Can anybody?
Even Lipton
शादी
Taza
और
chai.
तुमसे कभी
Yeah.
नहीं.
क्या शादी और तुमसे काहे नहीं
Task.
शादी और तुमसे कभी नहीं
I can't forget. I
Yeah.
saw it. I don't know when. Right, a million years ago,
Right.
and I remember
Yeah,
it.
it was
Were
just-
you
it
also in
just clicked.
Bataj?
Lipton Taza, that
Lipton
Kamal ki
Taza, right?
Tazgi wala with the
White
green
salwa-
dress.
Green
And white. It
Green
was a
and white,
It
yes.
was a green
You
and
go
white
like this
combination.
round and
Circle
that-
and then jump.
jump and say Bataj, right, with your
Yeah.
chunni like this or
Correct.
something. I don't know.
See, because there was a reason
See,
why I was chosen
you made
as
such
a model.
big mark.
Yeah, because see, in the classical world, my name was always there.
There.
It was shining up
Yes,
at the
yes,
peak.
yes. Big
And
time.
Right-wise, Zakir Hussain.
Yes, yes.
He was modeling for Vataj. And that's why they got me, so
when
that
he's-
it's classical
yeah,
to
classical. Correct.
I mean,
correct.
after I did that ad, I think they continued my contract for 2 years, and then they took another actress and shot the ad, following the same storyboard, but it didn't click.
Yeah.
So they scraped at and they
so many
renewed
Rataj
my
ads.
this thing. Yeah.
It was not just one. They had so
Yeah,
many.
yeah,
All
yeah,
right. And
yeah.
yours, you know, stays, and Pan Pasand also.
Yeah.
How many? A lot of stars and all that also did Pan Pasand. If I remember.
There were other. Javed had done ek much kata hua and
याद
he's
नहीं है
mad
मुझे
at the
उतना,
barber.
but I think overall I remember Pan
Yeah.
Pasand also had so many.
Yeah,
other
but that
ads,
was
yeah,
the
way you
biggest
did
hit.
शादी
Yeah.
और तुमसे कभी
Yeah.
नहीं was like
Yeah.
everybody's thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Everybody's
Though I
thing.
didn't do modeling much.
I know.
Let
I
me
know.
tell
You
you
did only
that.
couple of ads or
Very
something,
few,
right?
but they were big hits. They were big hits.
No.
My career was going so strong, and I was such a headstrong, independent career person.
Why didn't the most normal thought come to you that you should get married?
I had some wonderful God gifts inside me. I felt that this bloodline has to continue. So I need to have a baby of my own. I was a celebrity. I was already a heroine. I was, working in lead roles and here and there. Boy and the father sits and the father asked me that, can you cook? I said, yes, I can. Can he?
Very, very, very interested in knowing somebody like you.
My mom was, वो लड़का लड़कियां देखने के लिए आया है इधर US से. And I said, जानती हूँ उसकी आंखों से नहीं, बता दिया मुझे, वो तो ऊपर जाने के बाद भी she's trying to control me. This is Dr. Kavita, and she was like, Doctor, I know her before I knew you. संगमेश्वर का काला कुत्ता भी मुझे जानता है.
Oh my God.